So where do you see things going in a few years?
Yeah.
It's already been 4 years.
Well, it's been a long journey. I remember running to Julian's first court appearance. He surrendered himself or went to a police station, I think in Kentish Town, and he was brought to Horse Ferry Courts later that morning, and heard on the radio. So I remember sprinting from Westminster Tube Station there, and have been at all his court appearances. First, it's instructed that they moved his court appearances out next to Belmarsh Prison at Woolwich, is where they handle terrorist cases. So, you know, they put him in that frame, in that context, very, very early on. And then accompanied him at the High Court and then at the Supreme Court, and have visited him in the embassy here, and you know, I've been very moved by his plight and by his courage and by his resistance, and really it really requires increasing solidarity from Australians who should really own him. Julian is very much a product of our movement of the 70s and 80s. He grew up in the anti-nuclear and anti-war movement in Australia. Should be owned by libertarians and anti-war activists here in England and Europe. And you know, if we're a serious movement, we're going to have prisoners, and we have to learn rapidly about solidarity with prisoners. You know, so if we're serious about trying to stop war and exploitation throughout the world.
You said you met him a few years back. Do you want to tell us?
Yeah, no, we had, my friend and I had the job of getting him into court and out of court safely, and I've been in the embassy a few times to visit him, yeah. And yeah, I brought Chelsea Manning's aunt and uncle in there, and you know, it was a really great meeting. They were very hospitable and gracious. You know, they're obviously from two very different worlds, and from a small town in Wales, the relatives of Chelsea Manning, and the WikiLeaks crew, and it was a wonderful 2.5 hours, and they were very gracious and hospitable, and it was really quite wonderful.
You said you're a bit pessimistic about the future. Can you tell us why?
Well, I've been, you know, at the hands of the US prison system, and I've been at the hands of the US judiciary, and I've been arrested by the FBI, and I've had the Australian government cooperate with all those forces to deliver me to them, and so he's not going to be saved by the Australian government. He's going to be saved by a very grassroots movement that understands something about solidarity. You know. Thank you.